my first time hearing him preach. But I've been getting the word even when I was in the hospital. Amen. Pastor, the young man is preaching. Amen. Amen. And I thank God for him. We have developed a friendship, one with the other. He's already friends with my son and family members. And I certainly forgot to tell my son last night that he was going to be back here preaching again this morning. But this is a bright young man, mild-mannered young man. He sort of have a demeanor. He reminds me of his grandfather, the late Brother Richard Cook. And he's a member there at White Hill Missionary Baptist Church in Tupelo, Mississippi, under the leadership, amen, of Pastor Daniel. He's no stranger here now to Daniel Baptist because this is his third time. Amen. Certainly won't be his last time. Amen. Amen. Won't be his last time. I'm going to ask him to stand. Amen. He is a married man, family man. And I even got word, Pastor, that boy wife can sing. She just came in, made herself at home with the choir. Amen. Amen. We certainly thank them for coming. I'm going to ask you to stand. Amen. And let us receive him by calling his name Reverend Ken Thomas. Amen. You can be seated now. We're going to ask the choir to come. They're going to bless us. And after the song has rendered a selection, we're going to ask for Amazing Grace. And the next voice you'll hear after Amazing Grace will be that of Reverend Thomas.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Come on.
I do appreciate the invitation to come back. First, let me give honor and praise to my Lord and Savior. I just want to thank him for everything he's done for me in my life.
Yes.
And then make a reference to Pastor Thompson and also First Lady Thompson, reverends and deacons.
Bless
Precious. It's good to be here.
All right.
It's good to be here. To make mention also of my family that traveled down. My parents are here. My children are here. And also my wife. Just thank you. Thank you for the opportunity again. I'm so thankful. I really appreciate all that came out today, even though, we're facing it. And got churches shutting down. My home church is not having service today. But we're here. We're gonna give God the praise on today. If you would bow with me for a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you, Lord. Thank you for allowing us to make it into your house.
Yes.
Thank you for waking us up this morning, Father
Yes.
God, giving us life and breath, Father God. I just want to thank you, Father God, for your many blessings that you bestowed on us, Father God.
Yes.
Lord, you didn't have to, Father God, but you saw fit to do it anyway.
Yes.
Father God, I just ask that you would just be with anyone that may be going through any type of bereavement right now, Father
Yes,
God.
Lord.
Any type of illness right now, Father
Yes.
God. Reach and touch them, Father God. Because we know that you are the doctor, Father God. That can heal all. Father God, we know that you can do anything that you want to say.
Yes.
That's within your will, Father God.
Yes.
I ask you, Lord, that you would be with this church family on today, Father God.
Mercy.
Fill this house up, Lord, with your Holy Spirit, Father
Yes.
God. That when what we're facing with all the pandemic that's going on the outside,
Yes.
that we may be giving you praise on the inside.
Yes.
Father God. I ask you, Lord, that you would just be with me today as I deliver your word, Father God.
Yes.
Allow me to decrease, Father God, and you increase it today, Father God.
Yes.
Speak through me that your people may receive your word, Father
Yes.
God. In your Son, Jesus Christ's name, I pray.
Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
Y'all know it's my third time back. I'll tell you it again. We ain't gonna be up here long now, pay attention. No, I'm just joking around. Tell you like I said first time. My uncle told me when God finished speaking, sit down. But today, there's a word from the Lord, and I'm just elated that He gave me the opportunity to give it to you. If you don't mind, if you're able, would you stand in reference to the Lord's word? I'm going to be coming today from Daniel 3, verses 13 through 18. Daniel 3, verses 13 through 18. And it reads, Then Nebuchadnezzar, enraged and furious, gave the command to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying to them, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the gold image which I have set up? Now if you're ready at this time, you hear the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery, and symphony with all kinds of music. And you fall down and worship the image which I have made good. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is the God who will deliver you from my hands? Yes. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If that is the case, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. And he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. I do thank you for standing in honor and reading of the Lord's word. I'd like to use today for my topic, and I'm not going to keep you long. I'd like to use today for my topic. Don't bend or break when facing the fire.
Yes. All right.
Don't bend or break when facing the fire. Ushers, you may be seated. We thank you for your duty. I just want to talk to you just for a brief moment. Because in our lifetime, there's going to be something or someone that feels like they need their little ego stroked.
All right.
Just to make them feel like they all big and bad and stuff. We probably already know somebody that's like this, or we might even have a little bit of that trait in us ourselves.
All right.
I want to take just a look at how King Nebuchadnezzar became this person that we all know too well, and that how being loyal or having faith in the right in God, the right one, delivered those who opposed him. See, that's the question, or that's the topic that we need to focus on a little bit. That's the question I want to get to. I want you to think about this for just a minute. Are we loyal to the right one?
All right.
Are we faithful to the right one?
Yes.
I know that we have these friends and these associates that we call our day ones.
All right.
I see it all the time. That's my day one. I've even said it myself. These are the friends that at the drop of a hat, we're ready to do whatever and whenever their friends call.
All right.
It don't matter who or what they're facing, we on our way. No questions asked, let's go get it done.
Yes, sir. All right.
In some cases, we're willing to risk our own lives, no matter what it is, to help them to defeat whoever or whatever they're facing. We're going to be that loyal friend to the end.
All right. Yes.
But we have to ask ourselves, is this friend that we're willing to do all this for, is that friend feeling the same way toward us?
All right.
Is that friend just as loyal to us as we are to them? Would they be willing to go into battle with you, knowing that they might not win or they might not return from it?
All right.
So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. And go back to the beginning of chapter 3. In the beginning of chapter 3, King Nebuchadnezzar is this person that I'm talking about that likes his ego stroke.
All right.
So he built this big old statue, big elaborate statue for others to worship. 90 feet tall, 9 feet wide.
Yes, sir.
Crazy, ain't it? This man had built a statue for somebody to worship just to give him some praise.
All right. Come on.
Not only did he do that, this right here is just going to show you just how egotistical this man is. How bad he wanted his ego stroked. This man used his position and called all the people up to the king.
That's right.
Called all the people that spoke different languages. It didn't matter who they were.
Yes, sir.
He used his position, he called them up and to worship this image. Now, well, let's call it what it is. It's an idol.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Not just an image. He built and developed an idol to worship. And y'all know how God feels about worshiping other idols.
Yes, all right.
We all know that we know some folks like this. Some folks that love to hear themselves talk, or some folks that seem to tell you everything that they've accomplished, how much money they making, how big their bank account, how bad that new car they bought is. All of it is just so they can have their little ego scratched.
All right. Where's Doctor?
They want you to tell them how great you are and how great of a job they've done. Or how great of a job they've done. Because this is how they measure their own success.
Yes, sir. All right. All right. Come on now.
They don't even care if it's genuine love or not. They just want you to be able to say, great job.
Yeah. All right. Come on.
But right here, the king says to the people, I command you that when you hear the music from all of these instruments playing, that you stop whatever you're doing. This man had told these people, I don't care what you're doing. When I play this sound, I want you to do a cease and desist or whatever you got going on in your life and worship this image.
All right. Come on now.
Then he gives the people an ultimatum. He says that you can either do this, you can worship the image that I got set up, or I'm going to throw you into a burning, blazing, fiery furnace. If that ain't got somebody that's got a bad identity crisis right there, I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, praise God.
And just like this, just to show how some people are, they feel like the fact that because they're in charge, and King Nebuchadnezzar, he's the king, he's in charge. He feels like everyone must bow down and do exactly what he said.
Yes, all right, all right.
As to tell the people, you are beneath me.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So since you beneath me, you need to praise me.
Yeah. All right.
Not just praise me, but how about you worship this gold image that I just built? That's 90 feet tall. I want you to bow down and give it some praise.
All right. Yes, sir.
I don't know how it is on your job or if you dealt with somebody like this before, but I've seen quite a few in my day.
Yes, sir. All right.
So this leads to my first point. It's going to be a character check or an integrity check right here that King Nebuchadnezzar gives the people. As to test the people in this moment after he just told them, the music sounds and all the people drop to the ground and worship the image that the king has set up. But there's a but there.
All right. Come on.
It might not be written in the Bible, but it's a but there.
Yes, all right. Come on.
But while everyone else is bowed down worshiping the image, see, there were some astrologers that came forth at this moment to the king. I'm going to call them some jealous people because I think in the Messenger version they call them co-workers.
All right. All right. Preach, Reverend.
See, these astrologers came forward at this moment. They came as to tattle on a few of the Jews.
Well, all right.
The Jews being Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
All right.
See, these astrologers, they probably had their own little motivation. You know how in the workplace, how things go. When somebody see you and you got promoted over there, they going to have a little something to say. So they're going to be watching your every move.
All right.
See, these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were friends of Daniel. And we know that basically they're on the same level as these astrologers because, like I said, in the Messenger verse, they called them co-workers. So we go back and we look and just see how Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego got to their promotion. So back over in Daniel 2 and verse 48, Daniel had just interpreted the dream for King Nebuchadnezzar. Right. So King Nebuchadnezzar gave him a promotion within the kingdom over the province of Babylon. That's right. So Daniel made the suggestion, hey, why don't you bring my boys up with me? You know, that's what good friends do. They look out for their people.
All right.
Why don't you promote my friend Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to administrators within Babylon? And the king did so to, I guess, just to bless Daniel and honor what he just done for him interpreting the guest. So the king promoted them. Now, you know, you've been slaving. Some of y'all in here working in the factories. You sit over here and worked hard for 10, 15 years to get to where you at. And some young cat come in and they promote right up to you and have to earn them. You're going to feel a little certain way about this.
All right.
So not everybody's going to like it.
Yes.
Even though the promotion only put them on the same level that they were.
Yes, sir. Yes.
See. There will be folks that they're gonna become so in tune now with your life, they forget about living their own.
Well, all right. Yes.
You know, a question I would have to ask right here, and it's just me. I might have been petty like this. I might have been petty like this. If I was King Nebuchadnezzar, I probably would have asked him. If you were supposed to be bowing down, worshiping the image and worship,
yes, sir, Doc.
how is it that you know that they didn't bow down? That's just me. I probably would have been a little petty on that. You know, it is what it is. That's what we're on. Just remember, you're going to have some folks that don't see their sin in their own eyes.
All right. Yes.
Because they too busy looking at yours.
All right. Yes. All right.
But that's how most of the world is anyway. They only see the needle in their eyes and forget to look at the log and nails. So the king is now furious, and he summons the three men to come into his presence.
Yes. Yes. No.
Second topic. Don't bend or break.
All right. Yes.
Don't bend or break.
Yeah.
King mad. You know he's mad. You did something, you went against his will. The king now in his anger, and he's facing all this peer pressure. Because you know, this is how most fights happen in the hood. Come on. Peer pressure.
Yes.
You really don't want to do nothing.
Yes, all right.
But everybody look. Everybody looking at it, so you know you got to throw down.
Yes.
I laugh at myself on that. The king now in his anger and facing all this peer pressure at this moment. Because I'm sure, in this moment he felt like his bluff had been called.
All right. Yes.
That's what happens. You do all this loud barking and stuff, somebody's going to call your bluff.
All right. Yes.
And if he didn't make a statement, everybody would have thought he was what? Weak. He's not forgotten that also that, he promoted these three guys, not because of what they've done, not because they were loyal to him, but because Daniel asked him to.
Yes, sir.
So, he probably felt a certain type of way about him. I done lifted you up within my kingdom.
Yes.
Gave you a position that you didn't really deserve. So he felt like that should have demanded a little loyalty from them.
All right. Come on.
Almost expect like he bought their loyalty.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Come on now.
I'm pretty sure some of that sounds familiar to some of y'all.
Yes.
You have some employers that give you a promotion or a raise in order for you to overlook certain situations that require you to break your character, or to lose your identity, or even lose your integrity.
All right. Yes.
Sometimes they'll have you walking around chasing a promotion so bad that you don't even know who you are when you look in the mirror.
All right. Yes.
Speak on it.
But when you go against their plan, oh man, that's when you messed up. When you go against their plan, they all gotta turn against you.
All right. Yes.
So he tells this trio this. I'm going to give you one more chance to get this right. One more chance. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to fall down and worship this idol. He then says to them, if you do not fall down and worship you will be thrown immediately into a burning furnace. Then as to try to poke a little fun at them, because he knew who they were serving. He tried to poke and pry and make them doubt in God.
All right.
He asked them, then what God would be able to rescue you from my hands? We have to look at ourselves in this moment. When we're faced with something like this, not just we're about to be thrown into a fiery pit, but when we're dealing with any type of life issue, are we going to have doubt in God, whether he can deliver us or not? So we need to look at ourselves and understand that whatever we're facing or whatever we're going against, we need to choose God.
All right. Yes.
So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to the king. They said something that, man, it was just profound when I heard it, and it just resonated within my spirit. It said, we do not need to defend ourselves to you on this matter.
All right.
See, a lot of times we feel like we got to go out and defend ourselves. The reason why we believe in God, man, just trust God and believe and keep on moving.
Yes, all right. Yes, sir.
But if you decide to throw us into the fire, the God we serve is more than able to deliver us from it and you. And even if he doesn't, guess what? If he don't deliver us, guess what?
Yes.
If he don't deliver us, guess what?
Yes. All right.
We still won't bend or break and fall and worship the image that you got set up. In other words, there's nothing that you can do to us that will cause us to turn away from God.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if we're facing death. It don't matter if you first finna throw us into the fire. It don't matter what you're trying to do to us. We're not going to turn our backs on God.
All right. Yes.
Because we understand that the prize of being with our Savior, Savior is worth more than anything that you can offer.
All right.
This is how we must be when it comes down to being able to put our complete faith in the Lord. Understanding that our loyalty to Him should never waver.
Yes.
When we face it with any type of obstacle, it don't matter what it is. It's bending over and think you're going to fall while you're trying to tie your shoe. Trust God and He's going to give you the balance to do it.
All right.
Y'all know y'all have problems sometimes trying to tie your shoe. Don't act like that is small issue. Knowing that the enemy wants us to fail.
Yes.
He wants us to fall to the tricks. The devil plays little tricks of the mind. He puts things in front of you that make you feel like, man, I got to turn away. This ain't working. God ain't handling this like he said he would or I thought he would. But guess what? You just have to stay faithful.
Yes, yes.
Just as these three men did as they were facing the fire. Just even if God allowed them to perish in this fire, they understood that they were better off having faith in God than to bow down and worship the idol of the king. Now let's think for a minute. So what if God doesn't always deliver us?
Yes.
What if he don't allow the storms to cease?
Yes.
What if he allows us to go through some of these things and it's all just consider the test of our faith? Reminded of Job. Job lost everything.
All right. Yes.
Job lost everything but stayed faithful to God.
Yes.
That's how we gotta be. We can't allow just one downfall to cause us to doubt God.
All right. Yes.
It's just a test. You gotta stay strong. You gotta stay true to your commitment to the Lord because that's what he's waiting on you to do.
Yes. Yes. All right.
I remember back in Deuteronomy 8 when God had the people wandering around in the wilderness for 40 years. He chose to use that to humble the people. It was a test.
All right. Yes. All right.
This fire is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's test. 40 years those folks were allowed to wander around through the promised land.
Yes.
A whole lot of those folks didn't make it.
Yes.
Just like our ancestors. They battled through slavery and plantations and picking cotton and other plants. But God allowed all this to happen.
Yes.
And now look at our generation that we live in today.
Yes. All right.
We're able to walk around with the freedom that we have. We're able to do as we please.
Yes. All right.
All because those folks kept the faith.
Yes.
They didn't waver. They stayed strong and stood strong with God.
Yes.
Give us help in trouble. Give us help in trouble for the help of man is useless. That's Psalm 60:11. The help of man is useless. All we do, when we facing stuff, what we do? What we do, Pastor? We turn to man. We have an issue, we turn to man. When the only one that can solve and deliver us from anything is God.
Yes. All right.
I know one thing for sure. I would rather stand for and with God than to ever bow for man.
All right.
But all of this talk right here infuriated the king even more.
Come on now.
Made him mad. They talking big and bad. Like I said, that's how fights happen. You can call them out, you can bluff, you can say some more stuff, I'm going to burn you up, and they say, well, do it.
That's what it was. Yes, sir. Show me.
Do what you got to do. He says, he commanded the army to tie these men up. Throw them in a burning furnace. He's so mad that he said, light the fire 7 times hotter than it's ever been.
All right.
He's trying to make an example out of these 3 men so that nobody would ever cross him again.
All right.
So the soldiers did as they were instructed. They tossed these men fully clothed, tied and burned into the burning furnace. The fire so hot, it killed all the soldiers and threw them in the fire.
Well.
So as the trio fell into the burning flame, think about this for a minute, the suspense of this moment. I know everybody in here to burn some trash, burn some paper, something you can sit there and watch it burn, so you just got your eyes set on what's going on.
Yes.
They throw them in the fire.
Yes, sir.
We jump down to verse 24. I know I didn't read it, but man, it's important. The king jumped up to his feet in amazement. He asked the people, were there not just 3 people in the fire?
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
Y'all get where I'm going with this.
Come on now.
They replied, yes. But the king, not believing his own eyes, said, there's 4 men walking around there, and they are unbound and unharmed. But that 4th man looks like who? The Son of God. See. Aren't you glad that we serve a God that even moments like this, where our faith seems to be a little shaky, and he's still committed to us more than ever. Understanding that God is that one true day one friend that we all have in common. God is the one that always will be there for us, no matter what. The one that will be there to forgive us when we turn our backs on him.
Yes, sir.
The one that when we broke his trust, he welcomed us back with open arms.
Yes.
The one that is there to fight and deliver us from any battle that we may face. Are you as committed to God as he is committed to you?
Yes.
Are you loyal to him in your prayer life? Are you loyal to him in giving your tithes? Are you loyal to him by getting in his word?
Yes, sir. Well,
How about helping disciple others?
Yes.
Are you committed to coming into the house and giving him praise so that all the praise that he deserves?
Yes.
I'm glad that I serve a God that is willing to deliver me from whatever that I've done in my life.
All right.
That he's willing to forgive me for all my transgressions. He's willing to overlook all my faults. You gotta be thankful and trust God, whatever you're dealing with, that he's gonna deliver you.
Yes.
But then you gotta have so much trust in God and understand that what if he don't deliver you?
Yes. All right.
well,
Look back over your life and understand just how far God has brought you.
All right.
You might not have everything that you want right now, but I guarantee you got everything you need. You sitting around, you took a chance to come up here fighting this virus to hear the Lord's word today and come in here to give God praise. You might as well praise him today and allow you today to come in here and wake up. You praise him.
Yes.
You gotta trust him.
Yes.
You gotta stay loyal to God,
Yes.
even in the face of the fire.
Yes.
You gotta understand that God is testing you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm a school teacher. I see how the kids stress out in tests.
All right.
I understand how we get so stressed out sometimes when we're going through these tests that we want to give up. But I promise you, if you would just give your all to God,
Yes.
trust him with everything that you're dealing with, man, oh man, things will start to turn around in your life.
Yes.
I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here today, Father God. To be in the land of the living. Man, if I can sing, I tell you, I'm so glad.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ain't get that gift though. I ain't get
Thankful.
Yeah. Yes.
thankful that God saw fit to allow all us to be here.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Not worried about no doggone virus. We still want to praise God. This virus could have been our fire furnace today.
Yes.
Yet we chose to come in and be with the Lord. Y'all, I don't know what you might be dealing with. I don't know what you might have going on in your life.
Yes.
I know I've had my fair share of facing the fire moments.
Yes.
And I thank God that he delivered me from them all.
Yes.
He's still working on me.
Yes.
I've told you plenty of times since I've been here. I came, this is my third time, Pastor, and I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
But I told you, if God can do this for me, y'all,
Yes.
he can do it for you.
Yes.
If you're ready and you're willing to give your life, give your all to the Lord,
Yes.
trust him.
Yes.
Give him an opportunity to turn your circumstances around.
Well,
He might elevate you in moments that you feel like you don't even deserve.
Yes.
That's how he works.
Yes.
That's how he works.
yes,
God blesses those that are faithful to him.
Yes.
Stay faithful. Stay faithful. I ain't gonna keep you trying to hold back. Man, sometimes you just need to be able to give God some praise. And he's done so much for me. So much for me. Man, my family's blessed. I'm so thankful that my mother and my father's still in the land of living. My stepfather, man, I've been blessed to have great people in my life. So thankful. Like I'm gonna open up the church. Doors of the church are open. I don't know what you're dealing with, y'all. I don't know who you are. Somebody's dealing with something they feel like they can't overcome.
well,
Somebody's dealing with something that they don't know who to turn to with. Somebody's facing that fire furnace right now.
Yes.
Man, you need to trust God. You might just need prayer right now.
Yes.
Or if you're looking for a church home, I feel like Daniel Baptist would be a nice place for you to be.
Yes.
I like how y'all praise God down here. I like the small atmosphere down here, man. It's so filled with the Spirit. So whatever you might be dealing with right now, if you ready and you're looking for a place to call home, or if you just need prayer, this is your opportunity.
Yes.
This is your opportunity.
Amen.
Door of the church open. Thank you.
To encourage him, because this is going to be some kind of preacher.
All right. Yes.
This is how all right, 5 times preaching. Can I just say it my way? Negro stood here and dealt with the text.
Yes.
And that's preaching.
All right. Yes.
That is preaching. It ain't about how much theology
All right.
and how much Greek. Because the average black person don't know anything about Greek.
All right. Yes.
Well,
You got to preach to folks on their level where
Yes.
they can understand.
Yes.
And that's what this young man has done this morning.
All right.
He has dissected
yes, he did.
this text.
Yes.
He exegeted.
Yes.
He didn't eisegete. He exegeted the text. He told you just what thus say the Lord.
Yes.
And everything he said was right there in the text. And that's the kind of preaching that I do. And that's the kind of preaching that I love.
All right. Yes.
Because that's preaching.
All right.
That's preaching when little children can go back home and tell somebody.
All right. Yes.
Amen. What Reverend Tops preached about.
All right.
Amen. The 3 Hebrew boys
Yes.
in the fiery furnace. That's preaching. And I want to encourage him to just continue to preach. We had a heart-to-heart talk up in the hospital, and I told him about putting a marble in a bowl and stirring it up. He know what I'm talking about. He's reaching for the marble, and it's going to come.
Yeah.
And it's going to come. But I want him to be encouraged. And he's a humble young man, obedient to his pastor. And that says a whole lot. God blesses us according to 2 things: our faithfulness and our obedience.
Well,
That's how God bless you. You want to get something from God, because what you want, you can't get it unless God give it to you.
All right.
But if you want it, those are 2 keys to getting what you want from God: being obedient and being faithful.
Yes.
And if you choose not to be faithful, and if you choose not to be obedient, God don't have to give you nothing.
All right.
And you can't make him give it to you.
Yes.
But God got great blessings in store for this young man. And I just want to encourage him to keep doing what he's doing. Certainly won't be your last time coming back to Daniel Baptist. Always stay ready, because I may not call you on Wednesday night. It might be on Saturday. Stay ready. Amen. Stay ready. But I thank God for you. I'm going to allow him to come back now. And bless you, man. You got a home here, I'll give you a needle.
Appreciate
Thought
that.
I throw it out.
He want me to introduce my family. That's my stepfather, my mom, Raymond and Barbara Fields right there. She don't like that much attention on my mom, but you know, it is what it is. It's my dad over there. Y'all know him. What's that? Barbecue man. And those are my 2 kids, Riley and Deuce. I call him Deuce. He's named after me. It's my joy. And then my wife, Kenya, right there. My 2 sisters are up here. I think both of them up here. here. Kim and Chastity up here. That's my family. Man, I got family all over this church. I told y'all first time, I grew up down here. My family's still here. I'm down here. Sometimes y'all come up there, guess what? I'm in the restaurant working back there too. So it ain't often, but I'm in there sometimes. But I'm just thankful for the opportunity for y'all to allow us to come worship with y'all. God is truly good.
Amen.
That's it, dog. You
That's
good?
it. That's it.
Y'all saying, let's get on up out of here.